Hello, I am IBX Toycat, and welcome back to a rainy episode of a live stream. Can you call live streams episodes? I don't think so. But today, what we're doing is we're going to be placing Netherrack all over my end, because you know what? I wanted to do another bit of an end project, and I wanted to kind of tie back in to my big, you've seen it several times, my end village. I wanted to tie back into that and make the island next to, the end desert into a end nether, because that way we can have all three dimensions in one dimension. Oh, I forgot how terrifying it can be to try and go in one direction, huh? But, yeah, we're going to be, oh my god, I have no idea why. It is giving me a giant notification that someone is online, but boy am I excited to hear about it twice. So yeah, I'm going to be taking my Blue Ice Highway all the way. Why is it doing this to me? I don't care. I don't want to know that you're online. That doesn't affect me, friend. But yeah, so hello, everyone. How are you doing today? I'm going to be placing Netherrack all over my end, and it's going to be a lot of fun, I hope, unless you may. Also, it's so weird to see, like, it makes sense because it's blue ice, but like all these torches on this blue ice right here as part of my strategy, because the reason we're doing this today is because I want there to be no way. Okay, we're going to just quickly rotate the boat, get it ready for the return journey. There we go, that's good enough. But the reason I'm doing this today is because I want to make it so that Endermen don't spawn near my end island, then teleport there, because a big problem you can see by the Enderman over there, and the Enderman over there, and the endless number of Endermen, is Enderman spawning on this island, and although I fixed it once or twice, and then it got kind of broken a bunch more, the truth is, while there is Enderman spawning on nearby islands, and then teleporting across, the problem will never be truly solved, and there's a few ways we could address this, but I figured the best way, that you've probably seen a little bit of in the Let's Play, is to use Minecraft's most ridiculous tool. Again, I love this a lot. If you're curious as to why, it's because from there, I've got a mending flint and steel. So I place Netherrack on this island, and then I light it on fire every 6 blocks, because fire has the same light level as torches. It just also burns things, which is also handy getting rid of Endermen. And basically, we can stop this happening, where they spawn over there, and then they teleport across, and then they stay there, and it's a whole annoying thing. So we're going to be fixing that today, and I'm looking forward to it. But first of all, oh, by the way, just as supplies, I've got myself 3 boxes full of Netherrack. I'm hoping 3 shulker boxes, what is that, like 5,000 blocks of Netherrack or so, should get us a pretty healthy way across that island. I wouldn't guess entirely finished, but I guess a good part of the way. And yeah, it's an important project because I just hate this. I don't like seeing all these mobs across my world. I remember when there weren't mobs all over my end, and we're gonna take you back to the good old days when that was the case, or something like that. Basically, I've got a campaign slogan here going. It's great. But yeah, how's everyone else's Tuesday, Monday going? Yep, I know days of the week. Yeah, it's cool because it used to be just me who was like bad at days of the week because like I was having like particularly inside time in the last like 6 months before March, and now everyone's joining me. It turns out, that's what solidarity is. Everyone doing things exactly the way I want them to is the real meaning of Christmas. Also, hey, Toycat says sad vibes. Hello, sad vibes. How are you doing today? I hope that you're doing great, friend. I'd assume from the sad vibes that you're doing sad, but I feel like most things like that are like ironic in some way. Like, you have sad vibes, and that really makes you happy because you realize, if there's this much sadness in the world, maybe I should be happy. Or maybe I'm entirely wrong and it's just sad vibes all the way down. I don't know for sure. What I do know, though, is we should place a fire over here, and then also a fire over here. Again, this mending flint and steel, it's the greatest invention of all time, in my opinion. But, yeah, so, tomorrow's the American election, right, says Riley Chapman. Tomorrow is the American election. Actually, to anyone out there, because I know a lot of people watch my streams from not America, it's interesting. I think most of the viewers of my videos, it's like 50% of my viewers are American, which is very skewed in an interesting way, followed by like UK, Canada, Australia, the English-speaking countries of the world. But to anyone who's outside of America who's like, wow, things are scary there. And even people who live inside America, because like if you get all of your thing from social media, it can seem real scary. So there's an election happening tomorrow, and like, oh god, what's gonna happen? It's terrifying. I hear a civil war is gonna start no matter what the outcome is. It's always possible. You can never discount any possibility entirely. But I will say, I live in like one of the swing states, one of the states that actually decides the election because of America's election system. And yeah, it's everything's like very very chill and calm here. Like I saw an ad on the radio earlier that was like saying you should go out and vote. It's the last day to have your voice be heard, or something like that. And otherwise, it doesn't come up. You might think that like, oh, people are trying to kill each other all the time, but and that's just like people on the internet who are frustrated because they don't have places to talk politics. That's the thing I was saying. Well, like, yeah, if you don't have a place to express yourself, you look explicitly for it. I found a in response to like some tweet, like every now and then, what I like to do is if you ever read a controversial Twitter thread and you're like, huh, well, who are all these people responding so craziness? Why is the donation sound from Sim Girl Sims Kamikaze? Imagine also wait, hey to get you the best. Thank you, Cheyenne Green. Cheyenne, Wyoming, am I right? I think that's the capital, biggest city in Wyoming. Appreciate it, Cheyenne Green. But to answer your question, Kamikaze, it's probably that they use their sound from the same place. I think it's a free audio library. But yeah, my sounds are like default fun stream things. I've had a few people suggest that I should have like one that can scare me. Like if you donate X or tip X amount, then you can obviously if you decide to do that, then there could be like, oh yeah, you can scare me for it. But I personally think that's fun, but it's a gimmick. I like the idea of like, let's hang out. If you don't want to tip, you don't want to tip. If you don't like the thing, you don't have to. Rather than like, oh, I hate this guy, I don't want to scare him. I think streamers who encourage people to watch them even though they hate them is like smart business, but also like terrifying to me. I could never like hang around like people who despise me on a regular basis. Like that makes me uncomfortable. But I mean, if people are good at it, they're good at it. Didn't get to finish the Let's Play. Came right here, says the Resurrection. Let's Plays are forever, but streams are temporary. Unless you know about the unlisted livestream playlist, which maybe you should know about. But anyway, let's not die today, says Pygol. Yeah, I'm absolutely terrified of dying, if I'm honest. I don't have like a proper backup system right now, because I'm playing on the backup. Like, my backup system normally is what I'm using to record while I'm in this part of the world. So, let's just hope that nothing comes from it. That's the plan, Pygol. I totally agree. But are we turning the Nether into the end as well? I mean, if I think about it, once I've done this, I'll have the overworld and the Nether. I'll have a little slice of the Nether and the overworld, and then I'm just missing the end and the overworld, I think, and then the end and the Nether as well. So I think the end and the Nether would be a way more fun build. So if we're gonna do something, it would be that. But this actually has a real function. That's why I like it. Like, I really like things that are both beautiful and elegant, but also have a real purpose to them. Like, it's all well and fine to make things that look or sound great, but what's better is being able to like follow that through, in my opinion. So I heard one of the things I've always found interesting is that have you ever heard the term man-made, right? Or like there's like natural and there's man-made, right? Or like artificial and I guess natural is always the word you use for in nature, right? Natural is the term for that, right? So I've always been fascinated by the concept of natural because it came up in a D&D session, if you want to know just how nerdy this thing all came from. But it was like so it's a natural vine. It's like, so natural, who made it? And he's like, well, not a man, because for the rules that govern society mean that anything man-made isn't natural. But it's like, aren't humans natural? Are humans natural or are humans man-made? And it's like, well, humans are natural, right? Humans are just an animal. Like the current definition, we didn't used to believe humans were animals for the longest time, and that's like, it's affected so much of like our world beliefs. But now we think humans are an animal. It's just we're the most advanced animal, the one that can think about it this way: how many other animals are destroying the environment they live in and knowing about it? But it's beautiful. It's beautiful that we can do that. We could argue if we shouldn't, and maybe there's a fun debate to be had there. But the fact that we even can just be like, oh yeah, we just destroyed our own habitat because screw it, and we knew not even destroy it. The fact that we can destroy it, and then probably we have the ability to like adapt to that destruction, as we indeed are going to have to do. That's cool that humans do that. But anyway, the point is like, so humans are natural, but the things humans do are not natural. However, panda bears are natural, but the things that pandas do are also natural. we apply this like different standard to things that humans do. Even if like, like me eating a like if I was really hungry and I ate I don't know, I ate the last of an animal, or that's a bad example. Let's say if I was really hungry and then I accidentally, I planted a tree to feed myself. This is a terrible example, but like if I do something, even from my natural behavior, it counts as man-made. And I always thought that's like weird that we have that distinction, right? That like, oh yeah, that's not natural. Also, I'm gonna have to kill some Endermen. Let's do it. I want to get better, by the way. One of the things, like, I only noticed because I was watching Q&A Saturday gameplay, and I was like, I spam hit too much. I want to get better at not doing that. I want to like time my hits so I don't have to do it because it's way easier. There we go. Let's pick it up. That barely even. I guess I've got too much armor damage. That barely even fixed my flint and steel. But yeah, are you gonna add each biome from the Nether? Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, there's no just Nether you can add anymore. You have to add. Actually, that could be a fun idea to like make another island nearby out of that. Like, now the nearest island's too far away for that to be a good idea, in my opinion. Oh god. Okay, this is great. I love flaming Endermen because at least they, the one cool thing about them is, oh god, I'm attacking more of them, aren't I? The cool thing about flaming Endermen is you can tell which ones are yours, like you're meant to be attacking, because it's really hard to tell in any other way. Okay, you attacking me? You're not attacking me. You're walking after me very suspiciously, actually. I don't know anymore, man. I just wanna place Netherrack and talk about man-made things. Amber Holland, are you gonna add some Nether quartz, lava, and soul sand? I think Nether quartz, or actually might be a really fun idea. I kind of want to do it now that you mention it. Soul sand, I think it might be cool to have like a Nether wastes island, and then take like that island up there and make it into a soul sand one, etc., etc. And then have a magma island, have an island with like one of those Nether trees. That's such a great idea. I was just thinking like, let's Netherize an island because the textures are really similar. Like seriously, look at this texture, and realize it's like basically the same thing. Also, Five Guys changed my life. When will they sponsor you? Says the PAP000. Right, Five Guys is it's something a lot of people are like, oh yeah, well it's just burgers and they're expensive. Like who wants to pay $10 for a burger? Or I think it's like $9, or in the UK it's like £8, and that is expensive because people are so used to getting fries for free that they're like, why would I pay money? And it's like the reason you pay money is because they're damn good. I think Five Guys is the epitome of something I like, where it's like, you know what, you can't go there every day, but that's fine. It's good stuff. There are things that are perfect for every day, but even if they were great, they would slowly lose their efficacy because we need things that we don't do every day. One of those things, Toy Cat live streams. Am I right? No, I'm just kidding. Although actually, I don't stream every day, so maybe it is a good example. Having a video to watch every day, great. Having a Let's Play to watch every week, great. Having live streams that appear out of nowhere, for me at least, I prefer that system. I can see why you wouldn't personally, but I think having things that aren't perfectly routine, that are like a little bonus, it's important for us as it feels better to do something on a uneven schedule, is what I'm trying to say here. It's official. Toy Cat has run out of ideas. It's true. There are no more ideas. You know what? What happens when you run out of ideas? You come up with ideas. That's how it works, right? No, I don't know why. Like to this day, the thing that irks me most is that, not because I think it's even true. Like I've got too many ideas. Like I've shown everyone my list of ideas. It's like not only the trueness of it doesn't hurt. It's like it's like I could care less is a thing Americans say, and it's like, so you're not telling me anything besides that you could care more. Also, Kamake, translate covering the end into Nether into a history lesson. Okay, Kamake. Also, Patricia Hander, thank you so much. It's good to see you. I recognize your name in the comments a bunch. Thank you for the distraction from tomorrow. See, a nice little treat of a distraction from tomorrow. Tomorrow, do some self-care. Just cut yourself off from the outside world. It's not going to change it's not going to change the world by you being aware of the world. For most people, I don't think. Maybe if you were in a high position of power, maybe the highest in the free world, being informed might change some things. But for you, you can probably just take tomorrow miss. How are you? I can't say. I just want to say hello. Hello, Brody Privet. How are you doing today? Um, oh, so you like Minecraft? Name every seed, chat. Well, okay, we go from minus 4.3 billion to minus 4.29 billion to etc. all the way up to positive 4.3 billion. That'd be a good live stream, counting to 4 billion. To this day, it blows my mind that the way Mr. Beast got like successful on YouTube was he started by just doing counting to like high number videos, and it's like, what who watched those? And it's, I guess it's like a similar thing to like, you know, the dumber we do a live stream, the more people like watch it, I guess, because like you click it ironically maybe. I'm not, again, I can't even explain it to you, but it is fascinating. But yeah, is it actually lagging, by the way? Okay, I'm sorry if it is. YouTube's not telling me that it is, which is interesting. But yeah, let's blame America. Let's just blame America. Yeah, let's. I think having a space away from stuff. If something makes you stressed, you don't need to. The thing about politics is politics convinces you that yeah, actually you do need to, and like you need to be informed enough to vote. Anything more than that is just a form of self harm, right? Like, you know, you might argue that like, oh yeah, I really need to, you know, like I really need to play Minecraft to the point where it harms me because I need to finish this this Never Island project. It's like no, this no one's forcing you. No one really even. Oh god, that was weird. You see the way it like spawned in slowly? Did not like that at all. Like no one's forcing that from you. No one needs that, wants that. We want you to be good, man. That's what we want the most. But yeah, so I'm an American. You hurt my feelings, says Lucas Annoying. You know, you're welcome. That's what you get for being American instead of Americant. Oh man, I should make that into a map video for the second channel. Like, oh god, I just realized right now I think I uploaded something to the wrong channel. Oh, I totally did. Oopsie. Sorry, you just. I don't know why you reminded me of like a podcast I just did about America, and I uploaded it. You know, it's fine. I'll fix that after this live stream because during this live stream I want to go back to translate covering the. I want to go back to these things. So first of all, Five Guys is great. Second of all, I want to translate covering the end in Never into a history lesson. This is kind of this is what humans do with our environments. We kind of terraform them to our needs and our wants. So to take a history lesson, you know, the West Coast, you know, Washington in particular, like California's the one that everyone knows because it's a giant state. Like it's a really, really, really hot climate, which is what humans like for some bizarre reason. I don't understand why people like hot weather, but it's universally true that people like hot weather more than cold weather. You're wrong, by the way, if you do. Hey, Cheyenne Green, your videos always cheer me up on bad days. I'm glad that I helped you in some way, Cheyenne. I've never actually met someone with the name Cheyenne, and although this isn't meeting someone, I'm going to count you as the first. So thank you, Cheyenne. Like the pepper, right? Oh no, that's a cayenne pepper. Thank you, Cheyenne. Yeah, Cheyenne. That's pretty much accurate, I think. Okay, so we want to go to 390, which is going to be down there, and light a fire. Oh wait, it can't even be down there. There we go. Much better. And yeah, as we slowly get more and more of these fires placed, even if Endermen teleport onto these blocks, they get lit on fire and they start teleporting around, and they hopefully eventually die before they make it over there. The more we place, the closer we're getting to a future where that dream becomes true. But yeah, we're going to need a lot of Netherrack. I didn't realize just how much we're going to burn through today. So let's make it enjoyable at least. But yeah, I'm glad my videos help in some way. So yeah, I'd say this is like a history lesson of what we do and why our environment gets so screwed in some ways. Because we kind of do this to like nature in a few places as well. Like when we move into an ecosystem, we don't prioritize the well-being of the nature. We prioritize the well-being of the humans, which makes a lot of sense in a human-centric world, and it's totally how we should view things. Like I don't know how many human lives like one animal life is considered worth, but we've decided that it's worth a bunch, it seems. But anyway, so you know, we've decided that like, you know, Holocaust against dodos. If it helps human lives by 1%, then you know, why not? Go on then. But yeah, so I think it's a history lesson about something that is still kind of ongoing. That whenever the wild, this is that kind of like artificial, man-made, arbitrary distinction thing again. I hate how Endermen teleport. It's the worst. There we go. He's over there now. But yeah, it's like whenever we want the environment to be different, whenever things that are natural aren't good enough for us, we just change them. And so in this sense, this is like a perfectly natural biome. It's a place that spawns Enderman, has these chorus plants. It's great. It's wonderful. But oh god, okay. So there's still Enderman teleporting around. I hate that I attack them like 8 times and then they just die, and then it's like, wait, where's the rest of my stuff? Also, Darcy Haynes, first click attacks, Merry hello giving, fellow Welshman. Thank you, Darcy Haynes. I do appreciate it. I think the whole like Halloween blowing. Okay, I'm getting a bunch of urgent messages. It seems. Let me make sure it is urgent. Okay, it's not urgent. Whenever. Okay, wait. Since you're out west, what's your favorite Mexican American food that you've tried there? Also, love your channel. Thank you, Archimagus Sancti. So this is I think it's I don't know how big this chain is, but there's a chain I went into at like 6 a.m. Like it was dumb early, like very early on the morning because it's 24 hours. It was called like Roberto's Tacos, and I don't know, just American I'll agree in Mexico it's good too, but American Mexican food is like a whole nother level. Like it's usually done by Mexicans in America, but they're like, oh, people over here don't even know what the word healthy means. Heck yeah, we can take this to a whole new level. And just that random chain, it's crazy cheap, but like everything I've had so far was crazy good. Kind of got pronunciation wrong, but I live in the UK. My name is an Indian tribe name, but can be more popular in other places. So so to clarify, like Indian tribe, like Native American, to clarify. I know that Native Americans call themselves Indians, but non-Native Americans find the term Indian. You know what? Whatever. We're not going to dive into that parallel ones right now. But are you a Indian American? Is that where it comes from, or is it just a coincidence where your parents were like, let's give our child an Indian name. Screw it. Roll them rum dice. Because Green is such an Irish name that you've mixed it up with. So you're like an Irish native. What is going on with your name is what I'm saying. Yesterday's stream isn't on the unlisted live streams playlist. Says IRL Blue Man Money channel. Yeah, it takes a few days for me to add them. Like I do it like 2 or 3 times a week. Like it's not worth doing every time I finish streaming. Or maybe it is worth doing. Let me know with your words and your thing. But yeah, thank you very much, Archimagus. And I love any time I go get American Mexican food that's not Taco Bell. I'm in love with it. I used to love Taco Bell so much. Like it's the best in terms of like you go in with $3 and you come out so full that you're gonna explode. It's great. Don't get me wrong on that level. But it's just after you try the other stuff, you're like I can't go back anymore. You'd make the comment about like, oh, it's like the Taco Bell fast food, like the McDonald's of Mexican food, but like it's not even that. It's like what's a step below that? Because McDonald's knows what they're doing, but you know who doesn't know what they're doing? Taco Bell. This is my official diss rap or whatever people do. Is it a diss track, not a diss rap? So let's light some more fire, shall we? One over here, one over here. I think this. Oh, okay. I think this must be lined up incorrectly. Oh no, it's lined up right. Then we'll place some over here. The cool thing about Enderman, by the way, is they can't remove Netherrack. I think on Java that only happened in the last update, but it's been true on Bedrock forever. And it's so nice to me. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, he just walked past the fire. Also, it's confusing how so many of them are spawning here anyway. Do you think we have to cover this with even more fire? Like, we can make a maze outfit. That'd be fun, right? That'd be a lot of fun. We should totally do that. So, yeah, Taco Bell put onions in my bean burrito. I no longer go to Taco Bell. Taco Bell had one opportunity to not ruin it for you, and they screwed the pooch on it, huh? Sucks to hear that. But yeah, it's funny. Everyone in chat has got the same thing of like, yep, I like Taco Bell, but they screwed it up real bad there. And it's like that's fine. There's a place for when you don't need things to be perfect or even good. but it's not every place. Anyway, to go back to the thing, like I think it's I think about it a lot. Like so what is natural then? Because there's some people who only want natural food, right? Sometimes they get confused with the vegan movement of like, oh, let's not kill animals because like they're animals and we shouldn't kill them. But there's just some people who are like, let's not eat animals, not because there's any immorality to it, but because eating animals is unnatural. The real natural thing is killing plants and whatnot. Even though you could totally argue from a naturalist point that like eating animals is one of the things that humans have always been able to do. But anyway, so I find it interesting that like there's some people who are like, oh yeah, I only eat natural. I don't want any like pesticides. I don't want any GMO. GMO is the worst one in my opinion. Like, oh, I hate that they're genetically modifying the crops to have better yields or whatever else. I only want the natural stuff. And there are so many like companies who can sell on like, oh yeah, we don't use those we don't genetically modify anything. Everything's all natural. It's like actually everything is even the most natural things out there. Like if you think about a dog, natural, right? No, we domesticated it. If you think about like a carrot, they were only. It's the dumbest story, and every time I look into it, I'm like, this can't be true. And I re-look into it because I'm like, no, this sounds so dumb. But carrots are orange because it was like a gift to the Dutch king, because orange is like the color of the Netherlands. It was like they made them orange as like a way to celebrate him or something. It's like really all of an entire food color is orange because of the Dutch. I think carrots are meant to be purple, and it's like, oh yeah, that's totally true. So like, if every time you eat a carrot, is that natural or not? And the answer is like, no, but also, what even is natural? Like, I think it's interesting because, in my opinion, there is therefore pretty much nothing you can define as natural. I think anywhere a human has never touched is the only thing you can say is natural. Like right now, I guess everything around me on my desk. Like I've got a microphone here. I've got a can of drink that's green, or a bowl. It's a buzzball if you're curious. It's like green, so you can only see the top. Everything around me has been touched by humans, and it comes from things that have been touched by humans. And it's like, I find it interesting that like we can't actually even the most simple part of that, natural carrots are purple. I've never seen a purple carrot though. I've seen I think purple sweet potato, which I don't even know if that's natural or if that's the weird one. At this point, I'm that level of confused by how things be. But yeah, I've seen purple sweet potato. I've never seen a purple carrot, and therefore like, can you really call it natural if it's basic? If we have to go through work to get it, if we as humans have to then do work to go back to those purple carrots, like, you'd have to reverse breed the carrots and get them in that direction. If, hypothetically, if we could go back to purple carrots and they'd be widespread, would that be natural if we did that? If we put all the effort in and changed humanity back to purple carrots, I would argue that's not natural. Like, reverting something to be natural is just a different form of man-made. Like, I've seen grown purple potatoes. I've grown purple potatoes and carrots, says Evelyn Krushki. Oh, that sounds cool. Send me a purple carrot. I don't know how you can do that. I don't think it's legal to send carrots across country borders, actually, if you're not a farmer. There's very strict, specific rules on how you're meant to do that. But do it anyway. Who's the government telling you not to send me carrots for biosecurity reasons? They're a bunch of nerds, is who. Also, I need to get more durability on my flint and steel, but because the Enderman punched me so much, it's like a real problem. Let's not think about it too much. You can't take vegetables across countries. You can take them across a specific subset of countries. Like within the EU, they're fine. As an example, I'm sure you can probably take them to Mexico and back. No, that can't be true actually. And I want to say there's some form of agreement between Europe and Africa about vegetables and produce and stuff. But yeah, in general, if you get fined $500 if you take an apple into America, for instance, even if you get the apple on the plane, there's this famous story of a woman who got fined because biosecurity, which is insane, but it's like, yep, that's how it be. That's how it be. Fancy mending flint and steel. Yeah, I like to treat myself. I like to have nice things sometimes. 28 days left. We must stay strong, boys. I I find the meme of like, No Nut November. Like, I don't get me wrong. Like, at some point was probably like, this is good, strong fun. I feel like it's so widely like. I think it's that thing. I don't like that it's true, but it is totally true. But like, once something becomes so widespread, it stops being a joke and just starts being this like actual. Like you can only be ironic for so long before you're just being real, which is a pro. Like I don't know. It's an interesting thing to study, maybe. But you know what else is an interesting thing to study? Shred the carrot till it's undetectable. I think the more so this is just based on my experience with doing this to. This is just my experience doing this with food. Because in school, actually, this seems really weird now I say it back, but at my school, the never sucks. You know what? I would never agree with that comment. Thank you very much, Charlie Jones, Cherry Jones. You know what? You're Charlie Jones now. Yeah, I'm changing your name. What are you gonna do about it, Cherry Jones? You're never going to have a response to that because I just ended you with my comment. And there's an overwhelming. Okay, I can't pull it off. I tried, chat. I tried. But yeah, I think please tell me you have mending on the Netherite pickaxe. I think so. I put mending on both my pickaxes, by the way. Like it's a lot of people say it's so useful, but this one has silk touch, so the opportunities to actually mend it are pretty far and few in between. Like it's when I smelt or when I trade, and I don't try to do too much of those things. And when I do smelt, I don't collect the experience because it goes through hoppers and whatnot. Most of the time, it's a whole nightmare. I'm sorry, bud, but the puns went a bit too far. You could say they went far land. They went a little far land. Wait, you could say they landed very far from their target. In other words, it was a far land. There we go. Wait, I had a few messages saying that the farmlands was a really bad idea, by the way. I would like your official, chat right now. You can do it. You can tell me. I won't be hurt if you disagree. But, do you, if you, wait, let me words this out correctly. Do you think, chat, I want your wholesome words and opinion here. Do you think the farmlands, so it's a farlands, but it's covered in farms, is a good idea for a challenge map or something like that? I don't know how you make farming into a challenge, but that's future me's problem. Current me's problem is the farmlands a good idea? Farmlands a good idea? Farmlands is how we would title that one. Absolutely not. Yes, that is a good idea. See, that's the duality of man right there. Like which is it? Is it absolutely not, or is it a good idea? Truth is, difference in opinion, right? It's interesting. This time of year is the time, like how we use Christmas to celebrate, like giving or maybe something else that I don't really know about. Shouldn't the election be a time of year where we can like celebrate difference in opinion and be like, okay, well, you know what? We all even the most crucial of things, even the most critical of issues, we sometimes have different opinions about how to deal with them. Isn't that interesting? Wow, we can learn so much from each other. Instead, it's the time of year where people are like, you know what? I'm actually scared of half of the country that disagrees with me. I actually think they're legitimately, like trying to steal, and they're like blah 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 blah. And it's like, that seems like a counterproductive set of opinions. I'm gonna do the outlines of these layers real quick, just because I think that's gonna be enjoyable. But yeah, also thank you, Hayden. Question mark. You should make a farland farm. That would be so cool looking. So I want to take the farland terrain and then put it into the main overworld. Because I definitely don't think you can make a map where you spawn in the farlands, because it wouldn't like you fall out of the world at the farlands. So you could take the farland terrain, put it in the main overworld, and it'd be fun. Didn't you cover it in glass already? Says Walter. I have some bad news for you, Walter. Sometimes known as IBX Toy Dog. But I have some bad news for you. I'm going to be destroying all of that glass soon. I don't know how much of it will survive, but I imagine the overwhelming majority will be wrecked. A I've got an upcoming project that requires me to do that, and it's gonna break my heart too. But I just want to like do it, have it be done, officially over, and then we can always like come back or whatever. So what's the glitchy place at 40 million blocks? I think it's the stripe lands you're thinking of, where it gets even more glitchy than it was before. Okay, let's break this block right here. Got another empty shulker box now. Pull out another one, and let's do this. Actually, you know what? This many shulker boxes might be good enough. Also some gravel, for whatever reason. So I guess we'll throw the chorus root in there. Because I want to smoke those up later. Hey, thank you, Lizzie. Yes, it's not a difference of opinion when life's around the line, though. See, that's the thing I'm talking about, right? It's a time of the year, because in the ultimate thing should be, like there is a, like that's what I'm saying. Like it could be that, but instead we're all down our radical pathways where it's like people do believe genuinely in their heart. I don't want to tell them they're insincere because they believe it, and I'm on their train for that one. That it's like, yeah, there are lives on the line from governance, and isn't it crazy that like governance is the thing that affects your life? Like it feels like the single biggest way you can save lives is with like your decision, your vote about how a country should be. It's like, man, that shouldn't be the pressure that's on us. The pressure should be like, what's the path forward, not what is the thing that will stop the bleeding wound. Because the problem with that is that takes away your actual decision about what is the path forwards. If your only choice on the path forwards is, like in your opinion, there is one decision that doesn't, kill people. You think it's literally there is a decision that will kill people. It's like you're not really getting a decision then, are you? That sucks. That's a tragedy. You can pin that on whoever you want or whatever, but that's still a tragedy, right? That's still difference of opinion day turning into a day where you and presumably others are like, yeah, this is life's on the line day. Isn't that scary? It's like I've always thought the worst. Also, Freedom Live modding a purple carrot texture pack and labeling them all natural, replacing golden carrots with Taco Bell spicy carrots and potions of Mountain Dew. Oh my God, Freedom Live! I love your idea. I love this so much. Okay, so chat, I got myself a green drink here, as you can see. Wait, can I support my credentials here? It is women owned, so this is Toy Cat supporting the world, and I bought one of these for when my assistant came over. We were gonna do something with them, but then I forgot to, and I'm leaving in a week, so I have to drink this. So I'm gonna enjoy my orange wine with apple. Wait, I don't think I should show you. I'm just gonna pretend that it's Mountain Dew. I'm gonna drink my potion. Like, it looks like a potion, right? Like, I love anything that looks even remotely like a potion. I used to drink these energy drinks that were called like health potions. So it's like this amount of liquid, like a hand-to-out amount. Let's give it a whirl, I guess. Actually pretty good. I've changed my mind. Yeah. Not actually very good. There. Now we know, don't buy those things. Those are horrendous. Women owned. See, it's interesting, right? Okay, wait. Chat, I've got a genius idea. Like, this someone's gonna find this offensive. Now's not the time to come up with this. But, so, one of the things that is, here's the Toy Cat tax, by the way, in Welsh. Thank you, Simon12514. Appreciate the Toy Cat tax. And, I love the, I don't think we should have too many in-jokes, because too many in-jokes, makes it impossible for anyone to get on board. But, energy drink and health potion is an oxymoron. See, energy drinks are, bad for you in the long run, but they're good for you in the short term. I would love for a video game to actually have that effect, where, a health potion gave you temporary health, but it came at the long... let's say you got 100% health boost, but you lose 0.1% of your HP total. I would love for a game to, have realistic consequences and stuff like that, to see, how many people make the same decisions. Man, I should design a video game, huh? I should totally design a video game. Welcome, new Toy Cat wife. Hey, welcome! I heard the pig step, but I was so focused on something else. Invisible drink looks good. Invisible is my favorite flavor. Invisible is my favorite flavor. I would love to just pretend to drink a drink sometime, Oh yeah, you see this right here? It's just filled with green liquid. You just can't see it. And it's so tasty, my invisible... I know you could see the Pepsi at the bottom, or Diet Coke, or whatever it is. Energy drinks banned in the short term, though. No, but the idea is they're not... I know they're bad in the short term, too. I'm not, like, a proponent for energy drinks. Although, actually, I'm a proponent for caffeine, and... Actually, you know what? I don't even like the caffeine in energy drinks. I just like the sugar input. Like, we don't have enough sugary drinks that are willing to, like, attack your body in exchange for the sugar rush. But, I think the benefit of energy drink is it's like a short-term injection of, wait for it, energy. And, you know, that's... Some have even theorized, you know, I don't know if I agree with these theories. Some have theorized that's why they're called energy drinks. It's just a theory. I don't know too much about it. Toykat's face is in the correct place now. It says AJ. It's in the correct place, but at what cost? The cost is... See, look, sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can't. There's like this border that fades in and out because I can't chroma key for anything. I'm just not good at the job. It's like mostly transparent. That's what makes it annoying. It's like 99% there. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing a yellow shirt. Do you like it? I'm bright yellow today. Oh, I'm the same color as the end. At the end of the stream, I should switch to a red shirt. I'm gonna do that. I'll have changed... I wish I had a shirt that could change color, like, passively as I covered the island. Hi, Toycat, when is your birthday? My birthday is in July. That makes me a Cancer. And that's why I say such cancerous things like... Okay, I've got this idea. So, because a lot of people like women-owned things, right? You could make a very real argument that, like, you know, this is me saying this only as a joke. Oh yeah, this is something you shouldn't do, but an idea. What if we had a business, you know, and we're like, okay, people like buying things that are women-owned. Technically speaking, you can take that phrase to mean like, you know, women are owned, and therefore, like, as long as you own one woman. You know, some people would say that you can't own a woman, but, you know, I would say that maybe that's a terrible idea. But as long as you own at least one person who is a woman, you can therefore legally say woman owned, right? Like that's correct. That is, it's a verbage usage, but, you know, is it verb? Yeah, it'd be like present tense as opposed to like... No, yeah, I guess it'd be like a different tensing, but I think it's a genius idea. So I have the same birthday as you, birthday twins. You know, it's kind of wild. I know this is called the birthday paradox, but like having a birthday in common with someone is a lot more common than people imagine it to be. Because, you know, there's 365 days in a year, and it seems when you've got a really small group of people, you know, we're used to the idea humans are only really built to know like 50 or 60 people or something. But like, if you're used to knowing a really small number of people, then it's a really weird coincidence when one of those people happens to have the same birthday as you. But when you're talking about like every famous person ever, because, you know, we act, when we say famous person, we act like it's a particular group of people. But it really just... Oh wait, I need to get my flint and steel out. I want to get that experience onto this. Oh, okay, it's picking my armor first, which is very frustrating. But, you know, that's fine. We just won't light any more fires. Or we can light just one more. Okay, let's do it. Just one more fire over here on the block I'm standing on. Oh yeah, I didn't like that. I don't like that we might actually break this and waste an ending. It's not actually that big of a waste, but it's also that big of a waste. So let's make sure we don't. So I think you know, like there's a lot of people who can be described as little famous or YouTubers. Like, you know, for instance, like you might be like, oh, Twika has 1.5 million subscribers, therefore it's like famous, right? It's like, no, not really. If you call me famous, you have to therefore admit there's like 15,000 people more famous, and therefore like another 50,000 or so people in the same category of fame. And it's like, oh, I don't know how true that really is. And then if you want to be like, okay, yeah, anyone who has, you know, a substantial number of YouTube subscribers or viewers is therefore famous. And then you're like, okay, so the only definition of fame is like being known by people. What if you just have naturally, you know, people, this blows my mind that people like this. This is not how I'm at all. There are people who have hundreds of friends. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of friends. It's a common, you know, like the fact that there are weddings that have like 300 people invited, and, you know, a lot of that's family, but like, you know, those people in your family, right? The fact that people can even have a connection to 300 people. It's kind of wild. Are those people celebrities? You could maybe argue a little bit, right? You can see the connection forming for that. And as a result, like, okay, so no, you have to be like, there has to be like a breadth to that circle, and then you can't really define it. And that's why celebrity is kind of a meaningless term anyway. But it feels like it does have a meaning, and that's why you're like, oh wow, someone shares a birthday with me. That's so cool. And maybe I shouldn't rain on your parade. Maybe it'd be like, wow, that's so cool. We share a birthday. But I think it's like, it'd be weirder if someone, statistically watching this stream right now, there's at least 3 people, probably 4, 5, 6 people born on July 13 as well. Chat, were you born on July 13? Type yes if you were. Please don't type no if you weren't. Just type yes, I was born on July 13th, and we'll see how true that is. I was referred to it. Oh, by the way, thank you very much, McBella78. Good to see you. It's always nice to see a familiar face. And by familiar face, it doesn't make sense because I'm just seeing your name. Your face. You might not even have a face. You could be a virtual concept, but it's nice to see a familiar set of words. So yeah, there's a bunch of people. There's actually like 5 people saying yes, and there's about 20 people saying no. Fine, ignore that. And then in one of those is Lucas Farsi, the person who brought up in the first place. I love the videos. Thank you very much, Darren Roston. But yeah, a lot of people like the idea of being a celebrity is very niche and narrow, and also there's the thing of like, does someone ever stop being a celebrity? Because do you ever hear that like, I don't want to say, I'm not going to mention any specific names because you get in trouble when you talk about dead people, because we have a human-wide rule of like, don't speak ill of the dead, which is fair enough. Like they can't defend themselves. But do you ever hear about a celebrity dying and you're like, oh yeah, I totally knew who they were. I'm totally not learning from this. Because when someone dies, they write I think it's called a mortuary, an obituary. It's one of the two. But so they write this whole article about like who they were in life and stuff. And famously, places like the BBC have these ready to go at a given point in time. Like any major celebrity who's old or in a risk situation, they write it up so they can post it almost immediately. They don't have to write it on the spot. So there's this thing where like, if like so many of these people were famous at some point in their day, but now I don't know so much, and that's kind of how YouTube is, right? Like more people, if you asked like, hey, this IBX Toy Cat guy, fewer people would have said they'd heard of me in 2012. More people probably last year, 2019, when that communist video went viral, and it's probably gone down since then. The amount of like people who know. And if you look at any other celebrity, like, okay, a famous actor who's stopped acting in movies, is he still famous? The answer's like, ooh, I don't know. Obituary. Yeah, Obituary to me felt like the one that like your family's write about you, but I guess that's like the normies who don't have trillions of fans or whatever else. But I want to write my own obituary. I don't think they'll allow me to do that. But that's what I want in life. I think I mentioned this before. Like, I think I would rather be murdered than die of a heart attack or something. Like, I don't want to be murdered. I would prefer to live a long, happy life and then disappear under mysterious circumstances. I think I'd like that. Because there's like a real element of like, once you're dead, the only thing that outlives you, if you don't believe in any major religion, is your notoriety. There is or like, the things that you did. What did you do that affected the world? That outlives you. And the biggest problem, perhaps we could say, just to clarify, I'm not Welsh, I'm Norwegian. By the way, enjoy the coffee. Times £3, the best money I've ever spent. Thank you so much, Simon1215. Again, I love the I'm Welsh reference. It's a really useful way to like say, hey, yeah, I've been watching the streams. It's like there's a lot of people, like there are lots of people watching right now. This is their first live stream, and that's cool. Welcome aboard the ship. But I also think it's useful to have like kind of a signifier if you're like, hey, I don't want to get to think I'm just one of those people. And like I'm Welsh as a way of saying, yeah, it's a very dumb, weird reference that goes a long way back. But like by knowing the reference, you're like, it's like an exchange of information. Like, hey, I I have been watching for a while. Here's my way of saying it. Um, there's a trillion different tiny examples of that. IBX Toy Cat is just the same thing. It's like it's a meme that spreads that you put. Like I always see this when someone posts on like a Reddit or something. Like, oh yeah, I saw Toy Cat's thing. Then someone goes, IBX Toy Cat is yes. And it's like, well, it's actually meant to be Toy Cat is yes, but whatever. People can do their own variations of it. And it's like, oh yeah, that means you've seen the in joke or whatever else. And it's a lot of fun. So with no religion, every human gets eradicated when the sun fries the earth, except for a couple of satellites. Yeah, that's the kind of tragedy of science, you could say. Like, it's interesting because like in the Middle Ages, science and religion coexisted perfectly because science was setting out to find out how a god or whatever created the earth. But now that they're like very distinct entities, it raises some terrifying questions about like, oh yeah, so even though like something, even like, okay, you might die but your ideas can live on, even though JFK is dead, some of the ideas that he had have lived on forever, even though Martin Luther King is dead, like he made some serious progress on some civil rights in the United States or whatever, like particular version, even though Michael Jackson is dead, he's changed pop music. I don't know what Michael Jackson music is. He's changed pop music and the art of something to do with children forever, right? Like the fields of casual adoption of children for nefarious purposes and pop music, they've changed forever because of Michael Jackson. You gain so many friends when you die, says Chantalix Lee. Right? Like everyone. It's the thing about like no one. When you die, people lose the ability to say bad things, and everyone's like, "Oh, I totally love them so much." Like, I'll be honest. Oh wait, okay. Let me name an example that it's going to give me a lot of hate because in America, people love their basketball. But like in the UK, everyone was like, "Oh, rip Kobe," like he's such an icon. It's like, don't act like you had such a connection with this, like, oh, whatever. I find that to be so disrespectful to like only care about someone after they die. Also, even thank you very much, Team Beaver. Not paying my tax in a while. Love the streams, mate. Keep them coming. Hey, thank you. I want to like I'm kind of like with the streams. I'm in this like weird place with them right now, where it's like I want to do them a lot, but I feel like YouTube in particular, like really not heavily discourages them, but like makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong when I stream too much. So it's definitely something I'm trying to find the balance with on this site, and I'll let you know if I find it. But for now, thank you for letting me know you like the streams. It's so weird to spend hours of your life doing something and then sometimes not know if it's worthwhile. And your tip made me feel a little bit better, man. So thank you, Team Beaver. I appreciate that. It's the end of the year. Here's my Toy Cat tax. Technically, Toy Cat tax season should be in April, but for the benefit of taking your $2 from you, Evan Alex James, you better believe it's the end of the year, so Toy Cat tax time, you better believe you should pay up. Love the streams. Do you, Toy Cat? But there's a thing, because I enjoy doing this. Like, I think a lot of streamers are in a great place where they don't want their chats or need their chats or whatever. But I actually do. Like, one of the things that makes the streams great and fun, in my opinion, is when we we're having a fun time, chat's hitting it back. They're not making jokes about No Nut November or deciding like, what, now's the perfect time to post my political manifesto or whatever it is. There's a degree of craziness because you're not just throwing yourself out people who want to watch. You're throwing yourself out people who like find it and are like, what, I'm gonna make my mark. I really enjoy when we're having like a good time and like it's a thing. So it's kind of like it's hard to like it's I don't know, like I guess I've always been bad at things that require a degree of human interaction because human interaction is random and unpredictable. You never know what you're gonna get on the other end of it. Yeah, as a result of that, okay, we're gonna try our best to do this right here. It's gonna be hard. I might die, and I'm gonna focus to make sure we don't. But yeah, as a result, it's hard to have the attitude of like, yeah, I'll just work on it myself because that means a lot of different things to a lot You can't. There's like a reliance on, and as a result, that's why I'm always like so grateful. Like when there are good chat messages, I try to read them out. I worry I miss them sometimes, but it doesn't mean that just because I don't read out loud doesn't mean I don't appreciate them. And appreciate you, chat. But yeah, so for instance, the randomness is what makes human interaction interesting. It's totally true, but like it's randomness within bounds. Like true randomness is not what humans like. We like randomness within bounds. Like if every human had a predictable response, we wouldn't. There's no value to a human conversation. I agree with you on that level. But also, if you say "Hi, how's it going?" and someone goes "blarg" to you, like "Oh, they're being so random," like, and some people totally will do dumb stuff like that and be like, "Haha, it's funny because it's unexpected." But it's also like, it's also we're not talking. You're just doing your thing at me. Like a certain amount of randomness stops it being a conversation or stops it being an exchange of ideas and thoughts and just makes it into a thing. Darcy Haynes, are we doing Streamless this year? We are totally doing Streamless this year, barring a tragic accident. I mean, you never know. I think internet services are under a lot more stress because of COVID. I wonder why everyone's inside so much more. I said COVID, damn it. I ruined it. My hilarious joke has been thwarted by myself. But yeah, as a result, like if the internet's good for streaming, because like a stream working on like a fun level is one thing. A stream working on a technical level is just like a whole other beast, I guess. A beast of the West. So what if it's determined but unpredictable? I mean, unpredictable is definitely the nature that humans follow. We are very unpredictable beings in a lot of ways. Like, as a collective, we're predictable. As individuals, we're not. Which is such an interesting thing to get through. Like, the fact that you can say with certainty, just based on past behavior, that, for instance, you can say there is zero chance of tomorrow the election results coming in and it being like, oh, it turns out no one voted. Everyone just forgot to vote that day. Like, you can say that, like, oh yeah, there's a chance a few more people than normal won't vote. But, we know that people will vote. You can, if you look at stores, the reason there's a toilet paper shortage, by the way, is because stores have been modeling for forever how many things we buy. And so there's this funny, like panic cycle with toilet paper shortages, where as soon as you see a shortage, you want to make sure that shortage doesn't affect you, which means you buy more than you need, and then the next person buys more than they need. It's it's a whole interesting psychological thing we could talk about how it happens. But if people buy even slightly more of a product than normal, it blows up the whole modeling because like we are predictable most of the time. Usually until we're not, admittedly, but like most of the time, most people are predictable. But every individual humans are not predictable. Individual humans have a lot of variance, which is a weird thing. It's just that when you add a lot of variance together, you don't end up with a lot of variance. Once you average out variance, it stops being so highly confusing and variable. Oh god, what just happened there, by the way? That was terrifying. Didn't make any sense, but I guess I'm gonna accept it. Okay, so we're gonna kind of surround this area. There we go. That's how we do it. Yeah, we're making this happen. This is the side of the Nether we actually will look at the least, so it's probably the side least worth spending the effort on. But, oh well. Yeah, I'm really terrified of trying to fly out of this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mine through the center here. Yeah, I guess I'll just leave some... As long as it's too high, anyone can't spawn here. And we'll just have a little tunnel going through here. And I'll see if we can get to my little staircase or something. Imagine if no one voted them there. Yeah, I would love that. I totally would enjoy that YOLO watching. Like, just, oh yeah. So it turns out that's the whole thing. Love you too, kind sir. Did you know the Bedrock Edition has a working Ender Pearl stasis chamber? It's great for SMP servers and reliable, just like you. Hey, thank you, Freedom Live. Or Freedom Live, maybe. Do you want freedom to live, or do you want freedom to be alive? I'm not really too sure. But yeah, I totally agree that I totally. No, I don't agree, actually. I can't agree with your message. Actually, I agree with your message. What are you going to do about that? You didn't see that coming, did you? Okay, so how do we get up to the surface from here? Somewhere around here, Okay, I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna mine this. You know, sure, why not? Who's stopping me? I'll take some endstone back with me. No one expects this. That's fine. I just want to find my staircase, and I guess I'm gonna mine endstone till I get there, because why not? So I think it's. Oh, have I found it? No, I didn't. I just found where I've mined some blocks. By the way, there's a I know we like make jokes and stuff, but like if you're doing the like obnoxious like over the top like please vote for my candidate or don't vote for my candidate, that is a timed outable offense. I know it seems like I see the thing about rules is they seem like super brutal. Except like they're like the en masse thing. Like for an individual human, a rule is really sucky. For a lot of humans, they kind of like add up and make sense. Which is I don't know. It's interesting how that kind of comes across. I've been thinking a lot about how okay, so this is not what I wanted to achieve, but it's what I achieved anyway. I guess we'll just fly down there. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So here's my little tunnel entrance. I probably should mine. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna mine this staircase into where that is. So just so I know, this is a 336 minus 1161. Okay, I can totally store those coordinates in my head. Vote Toycat. Who cares that he isn't eligible? The cool thing about any democratic system is as long as enough people agree, it doesn't matter about the rules. Which is kind of how, like that is how humans work as a whole. Like we like to think rules are like so important and really define everything, but really rules are just like a formal way of writing down what we all vaguely believed before, or hopefully believed before. Okay, we're gonna take these blocks, throw them in here. This is gonna end up being my junk box, I guess, which we can then sort through later. But for now, grab some more Netherrack. For now, let's go find those blocks, and let's make this happen. So, here's a project idea: hollow out a large end island. See, I wanted to do that for my glass-covered end. It would be so cool if I covered the end in glass and then like hollowed it out on the inside. But I calculated the time it would take, and it was such an absurd amount of time that I was like, oh yeah, no, that's definitely not doing that one then. Like I just had, and it would give me so much ends. Like the idea of doing a project is you get to either use up a resource that you don't need or want, or that you think will look good there or whatever, or that you get a resource that you can then use for other things. I have so much endstone now and no way to use it. Like unless I'm doing another YouTube comments build a road or something. Unless I'm doing one of those, I don't need it. It's too much, which is nice. It's nice to be rich in something, but I'm rich in a lot of things that I don't really care too much about, and it doesn't help me. One of the things I'm trying to get rich in is gunpowder. I have like several dozen stacks of it now, which is cool. Okay, so I totally forgot. I totally forgot where this was meant to go to, but I remember it being 1161. So if we just mine around at 1161, which is here, we'll eventually find something. Right? Maybe. That sounds correct. Yeah, let's do it. Let's mine till we find. Toycat is rich in yes, says Shebs Aquatics. Thank you very much. I try my best to be. How do you have the energy to do these projects, says Katie Bug. Honestly, like a lot of people ask that, but this is like a fun thing to me. I like playing Minecraft, having a nice discussion about the universe or whatever else. And maybe that is a weird thing, all things considered. Maybe that's not the normal state being. Well, I love doing a Minecraft project where you do something and then the slow collection of that result makes something cool. Like even if you look at the thumbnail of this video, I don't know if you can do that while you're watching actually, but like even the progress I made in the Let's Play over like 40 minutes was really cool. I like looking at it, and knowing that you're working on something big, it's like, okay, it takes some energy or whatever. Yeah, it doesn't really take energy. Like I'm chilling, I'm talking, I'm hanging out. People are even being kind enough to tip, and we're like actively making money while doing something that I enjoy. Like I've worked out the dream, right? People like Cracked Magnet allow me to. Oh, there we go. We found it. We found the staircase. No, wait, did we? Yeah, we did. So now we'll just mine around a few more blocks around here. Just make it more clear where the staircase be. And now if I want... Okay, I'm going to have to put that back, aren't I? And now if I want to get around, I've got a staircase that allows me to do so. I realistically don't need to use this much. I'm going to make this smoother too. I'm going to like cut the corners on things so it looks more... There we go. Look how smooth it all is. And then I'm going to mine all the way around this staircase too, because why not? That's going to be great. Instant gratification versus long-term stuff. Yeah, like instant gratification is... this is a good point, Abed Islam. Like, Minecraft is the game for long-term... Minecraft is the game that proves that there are some things that don't reward you instantly that are still rewarding. It's very easy to do something that is rewarding instantly. Like drinking this orange wine with apple and lemon juices and natural flavors, artificially colored with yellow 5 and blue 1. Invisible juice tastes so good. Actually, no, that's terrible. That's a bad example. You know, there's no real benefit to drinking that, actually. Okay, drinking this Diet Coke that I still have. There's an immediate reward to that, right? There are certain games that do give you immediate gratification. But I think the more fulfilling type. You know, if we're not talking about just, what's more fun? Let's talk about what's more fulfilling in the long run. Oh, actually, we do want this to be 2 blocks tall. I was going to make the ceiling better, but then we'll allow enemies to spawn in here. So we want to specifically not have that. And when we do have it, we want to use our torches to prevent any issues. So let's place a torch on the ground here. On the ground over here too. Well, there we go. That should fix that problem. But yeah, I think the answer is that I like working on big projects because I like seeing the results. And I kind of like the process. Like the process seems like, oh, it's so boring, right? I don't hate the process. The process is like kind of autopilot for me, whereas the result is worthwhile. So I think it's a great like thing to do, hang out, do these streams, and do this stuff. I sometimes think like, okay, if I wasn't doing it, I probably would like listen to a podcast instead of talking to myself because, like, as a YouTuber, sometimes you have to admit like, you know what, if I wasn't recording, what would be different? And one of the things is definitely like, I think you are a madman if you talk to yourself as much as I'm talking to myself while streaming. Here sometimes. But, ultimately it's like, I think the benefits are worth it. And that's kind of how anyone makes any decision. But there are some decisions that are much harder to force yourself to do. And those mostly are about long-term benefits over short-term costs. Like, there are lots of things that cost you in the short term, but are way worth it in the long run. But we could talk about those all day. I talk to Toycat when I play, says Tyler Varley. See, that's another thing that like I like too. Like, I like that somehow me doing this and working on projects while talking about like duality of man and what else was I talking about? The natural carrots thing. Like, it's a really interesting thing to dive into, even just in my own head. Like, what is natural and what isn't? Like, trying to answer these hard questions, like what happens when we die. It's really hard to do, but it's also super fun. Like I love to think about. Maybe too much. I like to think about this. Hey, thank you, Sasha, for the for the Streamlabs pro tip. Use the link down below. Toycat, do you have a Discord server? If you don't, you should make one for video ideas and future projects. Just chatting in general. I love your videos, by the way, says Sasha. I have a Discord server, and like I say to people, like, if you want to use it, you can. It's like not that official because like I don't want it to be a thing that
I love watching your videos and thought I'd send some love. Keep vibin'.
Thank you so much, Jonathan D. Kroger. Holy Jesus, $20 super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's been a while since I've seen some orange in the chat, but I'm glad you love watching the videos. It makes me feel better knowing that. See, that's what is wrong with my Xbox? It gives me notifications for very weird specific things. Like, why did I just get a notification that someone liked my activity? What activity did I even do? I'm very concerned and confused. But thank you very much, Jonathan D. Kroger. I obviously, you could even be a serial killer, and maybe I shouldn't be thanking you for that reason. But what I'm thanking you for is the fact that you send the love. You made me realize that again, one of the metrics that I have, like besides super chats, are like how people are enjoying these things, are like views, like you can see the viewers. It flips up and down like crazy. And it's like, does that mean I'm doing better and worse? It's like, kind of not. Does more viewers mean a better stream? It means more people are clicking on it, which is not as accurate a thing. I like the direct incentive of knowing, oh yeah, if you do a good job, people will be like, oh yeah, here is there is a more. I've said this before, and I think it's like a tangent of growing up poor. I think people who grow up with money don't think this way. Maybe that's good for them. But like I've always thought, I think it's called like a love language or something dumb. But one of the things I've always appreciated more, a lot maybe. One of the things I've always appreciated, to put it that way, is think money or things that are like things of intangible value. Like, okay, your time is worth something. It's worth a very small amount, but like we can work out that the amount of time, like a minute of your time is worth. I don't know what your time specifically, but like a minute of a human's time is worth dozens of cents. But potentially even less depending on the jurisdiction. But like it's worth X amount. But like money is like, oh yeah, that is you can't lie to everyone and give them you can't give everyone $20 because if you did, you wouldn't have any dollars. So it's a you're fixed in the amount you can give them. It's like compliments, like the sorts of people who compliment you are more likely to compliment everyone. And there's no, and like people use this as an example of why you should give more compliments, and I guess I get it. But like it costs nothing to say something nice, and it's true. It costs nothing to say something nice. But the cool thing about costs and systems, and like maybe capitalism as a whole, is that there is a real what's it called, the opportunity cost to not, like if you don't do it, if you do it, it means you can't do something else. Imagine if you could only give 5 compliments a week. You would be so honored to receive one, right? That's why I like games that have a system like that. Like, oh yeah, you can only give one of these things a day. It never works in practice, obviously, but I love the idea. That's obviously not how, like, saying a nice thing is already hard enough without knowing that it's like limited. But yeah, that's why I've always thought, like, that's why money is a good system for that. Hey, Toycat, is YouTube a hobby or an actual job for you? YouTube is my main source of income. If you call it a job, there's like a subset of people on the internet who are like, oh, YouTube's not a job. So you don't have to call it a job. You can call it a main source. My primary source of employment and income. Not a job though. Checkmate. People who think that placing Netherrack all over your end isn't a job, which I guess I'm making their argument for them right now, aren't I? But yeah, so there is a Discord, by the way, discord.gg/toycat. It's like semi-unofficial in the sense that like I know there's a lot of like stuff going on there. It's not all Toycat and Minecraft. The Toycat and Minecraft bit is like official, and the rest is kind of unofficial. So if you want to see people who somehow because I always thought the idea of the server was like, oh yeah, if you want to speak to people who are like-minded, sorts of people who would watch Toycat videos, that's the thing. But because I don't even know how this happened, there are so many people in there who have never watched a Toycat video, and I'm like, but how does this? What is the combining collection of the people here then? It's kind of like look at the United States as a country, and it's like if you look at most countries in the world, if you look at the UK, or you look at Pakistan, or you look at if you look at Thailand, if you look at any China, if you look at a country, the defining characteristic is like, there's this weird shared ethnic history, language, there's a trillion things that make something, but like, oh yeah, therefore they're all in one boat. Whereas if you look at like America, it's like, oh yeah, everyone came here at some point, either because they had to or to seek work. But then over a long enough period of time, that's a one generation thing. Seeking work is something your parents do, but like, it doesn't affect what you want from a country. And then for over long enough time, it's like, oh, it's a collection of people who at one point came here seeking work. Oh, I really don't like doing that. And as a result, like over a long time of time, it's like, oh, so what is the combination factor? Oh, it's just a bunch of people in the same place, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna kill you so good. Discord is popping off with new members. Hey, that's cool. Welcome to the Discord, friends. I hope that you enjoy it there. I just want to say, not technically official. Don't hold me to it. Words are, in my not so humble opinion, the most inexhaustible source of magic capable of inflicting injury and remedying it. Dumbledore. See, I like that. You know, Dumbledore, very questionable character. You know, it's one of those things where, like, when you read it as a kid, he's just like the generic source of authority. When you read it as an adult, it's like, what is he doing? How is, like, he should be arrested. Like, he's definitely breaking some laws of what he's doing right here, right? That's Dumbledore, in my opinion. But did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Dumbledore asked calmly. I do like that meme too, Harrison Form. But anyway, welcome to the Discord, new people. I hope you enjoy your time in there. But again, I just kind of say it like it's unofficial. By the way, to say something kind of official, I want to say this right now because I've forgotten to promote it forever, and we've decided on Twitter collectively that December 1st is the start of Christmas season. So December 1st is the start of Streammas, but that also means that we're not going to be selling any more Christmas merch on the Toy Cat Streamlabs store. So if you would like to get yourself a Christmas cat shirt, there's actually like 10 of those in existence now. Like, I know lots of YouTubers sell thousands of copies of merch. I could, you know, I don't do that. Honestly, it's not my thing. I'd rather. I know there's lots of things. I don't mind like selling a plush or selling a thing. Selling a shirt is like something I should be more into, but I'm just not. Whatever, sue me. Or you can fix it better by getting yourself a Toy Cat Christmas shirt, available for just 2 more weeks, and the link down below. And if you buy one during the stream, it'll show up. If you buy one during the stream, it shows up while I'm talking. So isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? But yeah, so what are you doing today on this stream? I would say it's pretty well defined in the title. But you're not Philipposian Raffi. I'll give you benefit of the doubt and say we're covering an end island in Netherrack. The reason that we are doing such a thing is the reason I would do such a wild, unimaginable thing is because I wanna stop these Endermen spawning. Do you see how there's Endermen everywhere? Do you see how annoying that is? Don't you wish there was a way to fix that, perhaps? Oh wow, it turns out there is a way to fix that. All we've got to do is we've got to cover the island in Netherrack and then light enough of that Netherrack on fire so that they don't spawn here. And then if they stop spawning here, they'll stop teleporting over there. And once they stop teleporting over there, I can light up that island and know that Enderman will stop picking up my stand and stealing it away. It's a real problem, okay? Anyway, do you want to see something cool? Oh, I'm so terrified of flying every time. Look how nevery this island is looking. It almost looks like the Nether is like growing on top of the block. It's actually kind of cool. I like that. But yeah, there's still more work to be done, clearly. Like, I think that spot and this spot kind of need to be filled in. Yeah, let's go do those now, actually. You know, who's stopping me? Why don't you just use mycelium? I think having a mushroom island in the Nether is a really great idea, too. I think getting a large amount of mycelium is a real nightmare. And that's probably the biggest reason I'm not using it. Like, I guess you just go to a mushroom biome and you take it all and then you wait for it to regrow or something. But, like, that seems less than fun. I have scaffolding on me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to there. And my clever solution is going to be to use scaffolding. Actually, I don't think I need scaffolding. We'll see. I love being on the Discord. It sounds amazing. It is free to sign up. There is nothing stopping you from doing so. Actually, not. I guess the only thing stopping you from doing so is yourself. But that's fine. You know, the ultimate thing is that we all have the power to stop ourselves from doing anything. Except drinking casual amounts of Diet Coke. And accept anything else. What is the maximum number of buttons that can be on a gaming controller before it gets too hard to play? See, it's interesting because if you look at controller design from like the mid-90s, or like, you know, 90s to the 2000s, it almost seems like they were asking that exact question and just everyone was pushing it a step further than every other guy. Like, you know, the N64 controller was like a mess. But then the GameCube controller, which added more buttons but just made it smaller. I think there's more buttons. Yeah, the C stick became C buttons. Actually, wait, was it? Yeah, it was a C stick before. No, wait, no, the C buttons became a C stick. I'm an idiot. But, you know, they pushed the controller forwards more. And the result of that, pushing the controller forwards, was they added more buttons. But because they made it more portable. And then the Xbox took the GameCube controller and added, I want to say 2 more buttons, or at least 1 more button. Yeah, Z out. It had 4 buttons on the shoulders instead of 3, which I think was the GameCube. You know, 2 triggers, 2 buttons, I guess I should say, rather than 2 triggers, 1 button. And that's kind of just the accepted standard now. But even the PS4 controller added a touch bar on top of all of those things. And what I'm trying to say is, like, you can always add, as long as you add not too many at a time, you can always get existing people used to a new system, I think. So, the SNES had 4 buttons. Yeah, like, whenever I look at a NES controller, because the SNES had 4 buttons and then a D-pad, right? The NES just had 2 buttons, or maybe 3, and a D. Was it 2 or 3? I feel like it was 2. And it's so weird to me to look back at that and be like, oh, at one point that was considered a controller, huh? Because it looks so rough and useless and, like, uncomfortable to hold, let alone to play on. But I digress. Controllers have come a long way, and it's always cool to look at. When you were in Las Vegas, did you go and see? And then the comment ends. Thank you, Tyler Flint. What do you want to know if I went and saw? Probably not. Probably no, because of the situation that's going on right now. The Mega Drive only had 3. Oh yeah, it's the Mega Drive controller I'm picturing that had 3. Like, it's like 1, 2, 3. Oh, I found that to be so unwieldy too. Like, oh, you know, cannot get on board with that. Oh Christ, cannot get on board with the Mega Drive controller. Or what's it called in America? The Master System, which seems like a concerningly. You know, let's not talk about why that's concerning. But yeah, so I can't please start a server. You know, I don't like starting things that become an eternal obligation. I think I've mentioned this a couple of times, but like the fact that there are some things you can start that have a cost forever is terrifying to me. Like, you know, I know what's an example. My sugarcane farm in Minecraft, if I actually want to harvest that and make the most of it, I have to not every day. Oh, okay. Guess we can't. I guess we'll just break this and start a new one. Probably seems like the most sense. Okay. So let's just knock you off without looking at you. Reckon we can do that very easily. Seems as though you agree. Okay, now just real quick. Over the edge you go. No, don't teleport. Don't teleport away. Go off this edge. There you go. Okay, whatever, that works. So, it's okay. How many digits of pi do you know? Very few. Very few. Okay, I want to fly, but I'm terrified of flying this close to the end. You know, I'm gonna do it. Okay. Oof. You never know when the glitch is gonna kick in and you're just gonna die permanently. You never know until you do. Yeah, I'm gonna place a thing here. But yeah, like the idea that like once you start a server, everyone like every time I run one of these 1-week servers, people continuously message me like, "Hey Toy Cat, there's this issue you should know about. Hey Toy Cat, here's a thing. Someone griefed me and I think that's unfair. Hey Toy Cat, here's a thing. There's a hacker here." And like knowing about hackers so I can ban them, useful. Knowing that just like you're upset about the hack and you want your stuff back and you feel like I'm to blame because it's like, oh, I don't want that at all. Also, what's with all these random torches just on blocks chilling in the air? How did I not notice these till just now? Is this a thing I did when I was mining it? I remember actually the last time we were here mining, it was like, I think it was during Streammas last year. Speaking of Streammas, every day in December until death, we'll be streaming. It'll be great. Hey, see, there we go. Seems fine. Get it? Seems fitting, sorry. To buy a shirt at the 2-year mark, me finding your channel approaches. Your channel's added a lot to my life, and I'm glad I found it. Like, meeting you was easily the highlight of my 2019 by a mile, so thank you for being you. So, first of all, thank you very much, Claudia. You got yourself a Christmas cat, Christmas cat shirt. Second of all, it was in Australia, I think, where I've had the biggest, like, I think someone, like, came up to me and was like, oh, yeah, that Christmas shirt, first one I've seen of the year, you made my day today, man. And I was like, you know what, this is why I have to wear Christmas shirts everywhere I go from now on. That's definitely the one reason. Second of all, thank you very much, Claudia. It's kind of weird to imagine that 2019 was just a year that I could be like, oh yeah, I'll just pop over to Australia, shall I? And even weirder that okay, that managed to meet a complete stranger and not get murdered. Honestly, but yeah, I'm glad it was the highlight of your 2019. If it makes you feel better, even like an interaction like that, where like I should be entirely comfortable, right? I was still like, I don't know for sure if this was something. Like the idea, like not knowing if someone's enjoyed being around you. Maybe that again. I think it's one of those fears that like probably makes me a better person. But like all the time, I'm like, did you say it was the highlight of 2019? And the end of it, I'm like, I don't know if you really did enjoy that. I mean, I reckon you felt, like my brain at the time is like, you probably just felt obligated to, and this, that. And I find that hugely interesting. Actually, let's put some no, that's not. Let's put instant back there. I find that interesting. Like now that, like again, you're probably not being polite. You used your money, and as a result of using your money, I know that it's more likely to be honest because you can only buy so many Christmas cat shirts in a year. The answer is 1 or 0. there is currently 0 people in the world who own 2 Christmas cat shirts, right? But it's oh, thanks so much, Vaselina Fun. See, you are now one of those people. It's like binary. You're one of the few people in the world who owns a Christmas cat shirt as opposed to no Christmas cat shirts. I've always liked the idea of being in a, like, I guess we kind of like it as a whole, as humanity. Like, I can pretend that, like, oh, it makes every individual special. But it totally is, like, knowing that you have something that very few other people have in the world. There's something special about that. And I think the reason why is because we like to find things that help us define ourselves, maybe. Thank you for should we just find out what my activity is? Okay, I can't because I was too scared I'd get knocked off by an enemy or something. And like, there's not much recourse I have for it right here. But you can say a lot of words if you buy merch. Maybe we should buy merch. Yeah, that's a good point. There's a limit to how many words you can say in Super Chat or via, like, there's a limit for Super Chat that's really small. There's a bigger limit for if you use Streamlabs, something down below. If you buy merch, you can say a lot more words. There's that phrase that like a picture says 1,000 words. Do you know what really says 1,000 words? Buying Christmas cat merch. But yeah, Toycat, what's your opinion on Fortnite? I really liked Fortnite when it first came out. I'm sure it is a great game still, but there's this problem with any multiplayer game. A huge problem in my opinion. Every multiplayer game runs into the problem where if there is not, there should be a high skill ceiling so you can improve and always get better. But the problem is if enough people improve and get better, then it becomes less fun if you aren't one of those people. Because, winning is generally fun. Like, you need to win at least some amount of the time. If you don't win enough of the time, you say the system's rigged, you flip the table and no one has any fun. Right? And so every multiplayer game has to struggle with that in some way. And honestly, okay, I'm going to find out right now. What activity is everyone liking? And I unlocked an achievement 6 days ago for breeding 2 cows of wheat. It's because I did it on Windows 10 for the first time. Because I mostly play on the Xbox version. But obviously I was playing on Windows 10 for my realm or whatever. Your activity that was liked is existing. Okay, I'm gonna find the way to turn these off. Let's go to settings. So this is the fun thing about playing X. Honestly, okay, wait, let's do this. We can go preferences, notifications, Xbox notifications or app notifications. App notifications. Okay, there's none. Perfect. Oh, it's all set on by. Oh god, I don't want any of this, friends. Show banners, no. Okay, broadcasts, show banners, no. Activity feed? No. New followers? Okay, already turned off. Message? Actually, not. Chat, if you want to... There's no benefit to you follow me on Xbox for me, but if you want to see your name in a stream, follow me on Xbox now, and you'll see it. Achievements, I want to show banners for those. Captures, sure. System, sure. Incoming calls, oh god, what is that? Looking for group, definitely off. Okay. Clubs, oh my god, why are there so many notifications to turn off? So, Xbox Assist notifications. I don't know what these things even are. Party and game. Okay, they're off. So chat, if you follow me on... Oh, something broke. Okay. If you follow me on Xbox, you can see your name on the stream. There we go. And that's something we'll do for people. Well, that... Oh. Okay. It broke my internet already. You know, shouldn't have said that. See, there we go. Add me as your friend. You can show up on screen. Get yourself a little... Because some people always say, like, oh, Toy Cat, the only way you'll recognize me is if I give you money.
I found a dead rat under my pillow smiles.
Hey, thank you, EMBR Epinik. What do I even take from that? What does that mean? I found a dead rat under my pillow. Did your cat come... Was it like the cat version of... Was it like a reverse Tooth Fairy situation? But there's always some people who are like, oh yeah, Toy Cat, you only notice people who pay you. I can't believe that for some reason you want money. What's that all about? Like, what? Why do you want money? Like, just because it buys goods and services? What a silly one. There you go. For those people, here's your one opportunity. I'm gonna turn it off after the stream. It will never be seen again. But for now, we can enjoy that. I should probably turn off the noises though. But does anyone have any good ideas for Minecraft YouTube videos? I've had a few I've been sitting on for a while. I can show them. I can throw them your way if you'd like. And by that I mean publicly. Actually, wait, chat. Let's go through some ideas together. Let's like brainstorm. Let's I think brainstorm is actually offensive. Which can someone tell me why? Like, I've never heard that term outside of the Mine thing. It's this problem of like offensive words, where if someone tells you the word is offensive, you can now use that word way more offensively than otherwise, right? But yeah, right. Okay, let me see. Hey, let me see. So tell me your ideas in each of these, chat. I'm gonna give you like 5 ideas, and then I want you to tell me which idea you think is best, so we can like go through them. Hey, Pygo! Couldn't resist. This will be the first Christmas shirt I own. Oh, Christmas cat. Oh, Christmas cat. How beautiful you be. You are a Christmas cat, and that is fact. This is a song I came with on the spot to thank you for buying a Christmas shirt, and I think it's really beautiful. That is right. So yeah, you better believe Christmas cat, oh Christmas cat, is the most beautiful thing of the season. You have such a beautiful voice. I learned from watching like TV shows. You know, I think it's like not American Idol, but like there's the X Factor. There's like a British version. I guess it's probably there's probably an X Factor in America. But I learned like what bad singing is from watching those, and I deliberately sing bad because if you deliberately do a bad job, then people will assume you're not trying to do a good job. But I guess on the internet, people just don't assume that. Like, it's better to be really bad than really average at something. Something election. Am I right? Aha! Hey. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 5 ideas. Chat. Oh, first of all, thank you, Embernick. So, on a more serious note, would you rather have to never play Minecraft again, or play it for 20 hours a day with free 15-minute breaks a day? So, okay. Assuming you mean forever, then it would be stupid not to pick never play Minecraft again. If I did anything for 20 hours a day with free 15-minute breaks, I would die as a person. I would fundamentally not be alive in the same sense that I am now. Which I don't like the idea of that. I like being alive a little bit. I like being alive at least a medium amount, is what I will say. So, yeah, but if you meant for like a week or something, or like, let's say like a month, I think I'd do the 20 hours a day for a month. I think that'd be a really interesting YouTube series. Like, I played Minecraft for 20 hours. That'd be 600 hours in a month, right? That's, or 140 hours of a week in Minecraft. That's at least one interesting YouTube video. And I would want to die by the end, but not playing Minecraft for a month would be sad for me. Not probably as sad as doing something 20 hours a day. But again, at least there'd be a story. At least I can milk it for them YouTube dollars you know I want. Okay, chat, I'm going to give you some ideas, and you're going to have to tell me which one you think is best. Okay, so I've got a bunch. Also, you can keep, if you follow me on Xbox, it'll show up on screen. So if you want to see your name on screen, but you think paying money is for people with more money than you, and you think that Toycat should show all the names, follow me on Xbox. You'll see your name on the screen. Okay, so my first idea is a Minecraft server. I put 100 players in the apocalypse. Will they rebuild? And then I was thinking like a desolate, like, Bedrock only world covered in fire. And like, I don't know how to... Maybe we could just put it in the... I could put 100 players in my ultra hard survivor world. Or like, maybe just 10 players, honestly. Put them in a random point and see how well they can build it. I fought the dragon 20... Oh wait, I'll tell you about it. I fought the dragon 20 times and you should too. Placing 1,000 end rods. Legacy console lives through Super Smash Bros. We've got reviewing my first Minecraft map. I made a Minecraft map in 2013. I put it out for download. Like, it was really hard to download. You had Horizon stuff. That seems epic. You have to tell me which idea you liked, because I just listed 5 in a row. And there's a tiny delay between when it gets to your chat. First Minecraft map. You curious about that one? Because again, I've shown off my first survival world that I could find. I didn't... Actually, I'd love to... Oh, no, my friend's PC is so old. Hey, Ember and Nick. Thank you for becoming a channel member. Do appreciate it. Welcome to the exclusive, elusive, unique club. Okay, so we've only got 5 stacks of Netherrack left. So the stream will last for 5 more stacks of Netherrack. You spoiled that the point of the server is to rebuild, says Chantalix Lee. Okay, so we can't do that server forever now. I've got another server idea that is using serfdom to run my Minecraft server. I feel like I'm just dunking on the Russians real hard at this point. You know, the USSR one and now serfdom. But I like the idea of that. I like the idea of putting 10 players in Scorched or putting 100 in the Apocalypse. I would love to see like 10 strength... Wait, here's an idea I've had forever, chat. Put 10 players in Scorched, and then like, you know, make them... I'd love to see like, put 2 islands of 5 players each in Scorched, and say the top, you know, 2 players left alive or something. Actually, let's say the top 1 player. The top player would, you know, like get some prize, like 100. Actually, no. Last time I gave out a cash prize, I thought like, oh, people will like that. There's like something on the line. I was like, oh no, why'd you give money to the wrong person, Toycat? If I was running this, I'd have given money to someone else. It's like, okay, thank you for deciding the best way for me to spend my money. Do appreciate that. Minecraft sub, everyone thanks the mods. You know, if you thank your bus driver, why don't you thank the moderators of a live stream and enjoy the chat? This is all on you. Hey, thank you, Heather Bruce, for becoming a channel member. Welcome to the club. Scorch then. I would love to see like people playing, and also it'd be like a way for people to play the map for free, because like I know some people are like, you know, never gonna buy something. That's cool, and I don't need you to buy my stuff. It's all good. But like it'd be cool to see like some of those people play it as well, see their impressions and opinions or whatever. So yeah, maybe I'll do it as like an early preview for the next map, where I like spawn everyone on a bunch of islands. Ninky Minjaj. What is that name? What is that name? Okay, you know what? It's been fun. I'm going to turn off my notifications in 2 minutes. So if you want to show up on the screen, but you think money is for plebs, that doesn't make any sense. But if you don't like want to do that, but you want to show up on the screen, get your minute of fame like this cute cat from Wreck-It King, you got another like minute or so to do so. Let me find a comment. Someone said they were noticed today. Did you notice I chat a lot, says Blue Money Channel? I actually, you know, it's interesting. I notice very specific commenters. It's usually like if there's like a train of like four but also adding, I tend to notice that more. It's kind of hard to go through. But yeah. Also, see everyone, thank you for thanking the mods. Now let's try the opposite. Everyone try saying mean things to the mods. If there's a mean thing you've ever wanted to say to the mod, now is the time to say it. Get it out of your heart. Also, we are now down to just 70, 75, 73 blocks. No, 83 blocks of Netherrack. It's slowly running out, which means the stream is slowly running out too. It's tragic. I never thought this day would come. I didn't expect it, but here we are anyway. But you know what? That's fine. Things run out. The world is a consistently This is a joke. What if he has a skeleton made out of titanium alloy and red glowing eyes? This should be an obvious reference. Titanium alloy, red glowing eyes. Oh, the bus driver! I get it. That's a fun idea. I like it. Okay, thank you for everyone. I hope you enjoyed seeing yourself on screen. You can savor that moment forever. But one disaster 84 is the last person to show up. I'm afraid to say. You know, that was one disaster after another, am I right? Every time we go back to the guide button, it disconnects us from the server. Kind of weird, actually. Thank you, Faith Rehurst, for becoming a channel member. Do appreciate you joining the club. I'm really excited for Streamless, honestly. Partly because I'm like, you know, it's been a while since we've done that, but also just like, I'll be back in the UK. I'll be like, in my cozy little UK setup. You know, life will be good when we're back in the UK. Or maybe it won't. Maybe things will be on fire. And I wish we could go back to the times of America. That's kind of how it is right now. Like, I'm so glad I'm in America right now. I was terrified when I was first there. Like, now things have gone like real south. Where I'm at. And you know what's the worst thing the only thing worse than south is really south. That's what they say. That's what the scientists are all telling me. Okay, chat, we've got 19 more Netherrack blocks. And as soon as they're all placed, they're all going to be gone. Wait, I've got an idea, chat. This is a really stupid one, but people like being noticed, so you know, this is my gift to you. If you would like me to place a Netherrack block, say place a Netherrack block, and then as soon as we place those 17, they're gone. If you would like me to not place a Netherrack block, say don't place a Netherrack block. Every time I place one, I'll specifically tell people. The only thing worse than the South is TX. I'm from Texas. It's a part of the South. But people, even though Texas is the most southern state geographically, the problem with the term South is it's an area of the, oh, okay, we got place a Netherrack block from Highland Gibby. You know, just for you, man. Place a Netherrack block from Juan. You know, fine, if you insist. Place a Netherrack block from, I'll place a gravel block from Max City. You know, let's go grab some gravel and place that. No, let's not do it. It's been fun hanging out, but as always, we always have a point where the stream has to end.
Today is my day off. I love watching your streams and being part of your parasocial therapy.
Thank you. I enjoy being part of this parasocial therapy. I think just having a conversation can make the world a better place. So when we place this last Netherrack block, the stream ends, chat. But what if we just never place it? What if we lose the block forever? Then we can never place it, and therefore the stream can't end. Do I actually have no more Netherrack? Yeah, I'm out of Netherrack otherwise. So let's just pick this one up. And let's place it down. Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, Michelle Owa, always appreciate. Again, you're one of the names that I see every stream, and I'm like, hey, it's insert thing here. And maybe you think I'm saying that, and maybe I am saying that. Maybe it's all a ploy, and that's just me rewarding your parasocialness. Or maybe people don't always do that. We don't know for sure. What we do know, though, is that I hope you'll enjoy today's live stream. I hope you have a great day, regardless of what else you see. There's going to be a lot of temptation to give in to fear. I think it's called doomer, right? Like, being big on doom. The world is doomed and terrible. But again, I can just tell you, We're gonna be okay. It's gonna be good. You might not think it. You might think, oh, Toy Cat, you are being dismissive. Maybe I am being.
Bye. Have a good
Doesn't
night.
mean I'm not right. Hey, goodbye. There we go. You know, that cat blowing little party hat, which is now what Michelle Ower looks like. You are that cat, Michelle. Michelle the cat says bye, have a good night. And I hope you do have a good night. Good night, friends, lovers, parasocial